What's up, Brainiacs? My name's Brady, and I want to start off by apologizing if I sound weird. I'm sick right now. I'm not sure if it's strep or mono, but yeah, I ended up coming home from school early today because I was just not feeling too hot, but you know what, I'm gonna film this anyway because why the heck not? I'm home, I film in my bathroom, so the lighting's always perfect. As you can already tell by the title of this video, I plan on talking about Stephen King's remake of the movie It. I know, like, a lot of buzz about this movie right now, kind of want to jump on the hype train, and I recently saw the movie last Saturday, and actually, fun fact, I did record this the Sunday after I saw it, but didn't really like how the footage turned out, so I'm going to try it again and see how it goes. First off, love the movie. As you can ask any other person who's seen the movie and actually enjoys watching horror movies, which I'm not a big horror movie fan. I don't really watch a lot of horror movies. I don't know, I'm not into the whole slasher genre, so I don't imagine myself watching Freddy Krueger or Halloween anytime soon, but I don't know, I really like this movie. I can't stress enough how much I loved it. I thought it was really interesting. I like psychological movies that really make you think about like life and stuff. I find it super interesting. And so there was a lot of that in this movie. And first off, the cinematography in this movie was really impressive for a horror movie. There's been a lot of good horror movies lately, like Split, Get Out. I didn't see Get Out, because I was too young at the time, but I did see Split, M. Night Shyamalan's Split, and I thought that was good too, but It, definitely one of my favorite movies I've seen this year thus far. It was great, it was entertaining, I was never bored, it was good pacing. Overall, I loved it. The child actors were actually really good. I was really impressed with their performance, and one of the actors, as you can tell, if you've seen Stranger Things, was the main character in Stranger Things, whose name I can't remember. I think it's Will, but I'm probably wrong, and I apologize for that. But anyway, let's get into the review. So I'm going to start off this review by talking about the overall plot of the movie, starting from beginning to end, and my memory might get a bit fuzzy because it's been a solid week since I've seen the movie. But we start out the movie with the classic sewer scene with Georgie talking to Pennywise in the sewer, and oh my gosh, I was not expecting what happened next. If you've seen the movie, if you read the book, possibly if you've seen the original 1990 miniseries, then you know that Pennywise freaking bites off Georgie's arm. This poor boy, his arm gets ripped off and eaten by a demonic clown, and he's crying, and it's sad, and you just see this lady there going, what the heck is going on? Freaking adults in this movie are stupid, and I'll get into that later, but oh my freaking gosh, like right away. Oh, surprise, if you forgot, this is a rated R horror movie. But yeah, that was probably the most shocking thing that happened in the movie, just because it totally just came out of left field. I was not expecting that, and my wonderful, wonderful friend who I went to go see the movie was laughing as this was happening, because it was just totally out there, and she feels bad at the same time. I love her anyway, and I know she didn't mean it, I don't think. Well, moving on. Fast forward, I think, a year, and you see Billy, like, still looking for Georgie. Billy has, like, this plan set up, and Billy is, like, the main character, the main kid in the Losers Club. Georgie is Billy's younger brother, and he's really upset. He still believes that Georgie's alive, even though his parents, mostly you hear his dad say, forget it, he's gone, he's dead, like, he's not coming back. Which, by the end of the movie, spoilers, because there will be spoilers, should have said that sooner, I'm sorry, I'm saying it now, disclaimer, spoilers, click off if you want. I highly recommend, if you haven't seen the movie, go see this movie, it's so good. Even if you don't like horror, please go see this movie anyway, it's such a good movie. By the end, it is discovered that Georgie is in fact dead, and that has to do with Billy's character arc in total, coming to terms with the fact that Georgie is dead, and that kind of marks his period of his childhood ending and him growing up, which growing up in like childhood and adulthood is big themes in the original It book. Don't really recommend reading the book. Well, it's not a crime if you don't read this book, before seeing this movie because first off, it's over 1,000 pages, and second, it has some very interesting scenes that it's not appropriate to say out loud because I know my younger sisters are watching this right now. So hi, hello to them. I'm not gonna say what happened, and you're not gonna Google it either. So, but if you're older than 16, you can Google it if you want to. But still, I warn you, it's triggering. You see the Losers Club come together and form. I loved all the characters in the Loser Club. They were just all so charming and fun, and I was so worried to death about them. I'm like, no, don't kill my babies. They're too innocent for this world. And even the bullies kind of surprised me a bit. There was one who died by Pennywise right off the bat. One of them looked like Draco Malfoy, which I thought was strange. The main bully, Henry, who he himself, what I kind of realized is that he kind of got stuck in this period of he's not a child, nor is he an adult. He's acting like a child even though he's still aging. He has these like violent and aggressive tendencies, and you see towards the end of the movie, you meet his father, who is abusive and mentally, physically, you see him scare Henry by shooting towards his feet. And so while he's sleeping, Henry goes into the house with his pocket knife, and on the TV screen you see Pennywise and a bunch of children telling him to kill his father, and he does. And that was also a very shocking scene. But it kind of shows that he got stuck in this period of he's not a child anymore, but nor is he acting like an adult, and because of that, that sort of turned into his own self-destruction by the end of the movie. And also, something I want to note, Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise was freaking amazing and terrifying and amazing and awesome and terrifying and so cool. I loved it. Really good. Oh my gosh, I can't stress enough how good he was as playing Pennywise. Every scene he was in was so exciting. I look forward to seeing a creepy, scary clown every minute because it was just so entertaining. What I loved about this movie is I was never bored. I have not seen a movie in so long that I was not bored in. Like, you guys, I can't stress enough how good this movie was. We just have a tally at the bottom how many times I said I love this movie, because it is. It's great. I love it. Might end up reading the book, might not, because it's weird. So, anyway, moving on. Some other notes, interesting things I want to note on. Like I said, the acting was amazing. Cinematography was beautiful. It was so, I just loved it. Oh, something else I want to touch on. The adults in this movie. Adults in all horror movies are idiots, or just neglective and not there. Beverly's father was creepy, to say the least, and yeah, that was interesting. Interesting things happened in the book. I'm not gonna say it out loud because YouTube. Eddie's mother made him, this is another thing with Eddie, and how his whole life he's been when he's sick, he's had to take a lot of medication, he has asthma, ton of stuff, takes medicine all the time until he discovers, after he broke his arm and went to go get his prescription filled, one of the girl bullies reveals to him that all his pills are placebos, which if you don't know what placebo is, it's basically a sugar pill that you take and sort of as a place that's not real medicine, but people tell you, oh, this is medicine, it'll make you feel better, and because of that, psychologically, it will make you feel better, and when he discovers that, he gets angry, and he shouts this really funny scene where he goes to confront his mother. He's like, these aren't medicine, this is placebos, which I personally thought was hilarious. And so he finally stands up to his mother and leaves and no longer takes medicine and kind of throws away his fanny pack, which was his mark of his childhood ending and him becoming an adult. And then there was Eddie and him. He's Jewish and his bar mitzvah is coming up. At your bar mitzvah, you officially become a man. So that's more of a very literal way, you could say, of him, of his childhood ending and him becoming an adult. Because what happens in the beginning, you see him struggle to read the Torah, and his father gets on to him about it, be like, wow, the son of a rabbi can't read the Torah, how do you think this will look upon me? He gets really bummed out about it. Then he sees this painting come to life of this woman who looks really creepy and kind of similar to the Scream painting, and attacks Eddie. No, Stan. Saying Stan. My bad. Attacks Stan. And then you see like halfway through the movie him at his bar mitzvah. That's a very literal way of his childhood ending and him progressing on to being an adult. Beverly, you see her and her father. Her father is like, oh, like your daddy's little girl. I'm like, oh my gosh, stop talking, please. You're so weird. And you see her stand up to her father, and that's what really clicked for me when I noticed like all these themes about him growing up. Because after that, after Bev like confronts, like stands up to her father, she accidentally kills him by hitting him with a toilet seat cover. And then after like she's like, oh my gosh, I'm free. Yeah, I just killed my father. She turns around and Pennywise is standing there, and oh my gosh, I've never jumped so high out of my seat before because I was not expecting that either. That scared me, I'll have to admit. And so you kind of like see Pennywise sort of like treat Bev different, because Pennywise feeds off of fear, but Beverly's fear was her father. She stood up to her father, so Pennywise does not eat her. Kind of like there's these things in the book called deadlights, and his face kind of opens up and Bev like stares into these deadlights and goes to like this zombie poltergeist ghost like phase where she starts floating. You know, you'll float too. And of course the Losers Club, they come down and they save Bev and they stop Pennywise, and at the very end of the movie you see this sign that says, in the end credits says Chapter 1, and the amount of gasps and whispers I heard in this theater was so funny, because I already knew this was going to be a two-part movie. First part taking place in the 80s as the Loser Club are children, and then them as their adults, and that will be Chapter 2, which there's no news yet when that will be released. If I took a guess, probably like 2020, because, you know, they haven't started production yet, and this movie in total has been 6 years in development, which I don't think will take that long before we see a sequel, but I do expect it to be a decent amount of time. Alright, so I kind of got to finish this video before my sister starts playing her trumpet again, so I'm going to start speeding this up a bit. So, also, I realized I forgot to mention Mike and his sort of growing up arc, I guess you can call it, where he and his grandfather, you see him in one of the opening scenes. His grandfather owns like a sheep meat farm thing. I'm not sure what it's called, but basically you see Mike holding this gun-like object between a sheep's like eyes, like at his head. And you see him start shaking and he doesn't want to do it, and then like his grandfather comes in and he does it for you, and he says something about basically like you don't start doing this, eventually it's going to be you on the other side of the gun, basically saying that you gotta man up or whatever. And you see that playing part at the end of the movie when Henry's like on this like rage and he is out for blood. Like you see him, like they're all going into the well house to go save Bev, and Mike is the last one to go, and you see Henry like start to fight him, and Henry has the gun, and Mike brought the gun to fight Pennywise. Mike has the gun against his head, and at the last moment Mike moves away and Henry shoots the ground on accident, and Mike ends up knocking Henry into the well, ultimately killing him. And that sort of ends his childhood arc, like marks his end of childhood, start of adulthood. So I think that pretty much covers everyone. There's also like, oh, what was the other kid's name? Oh, I don't remember. The one who likes Bev. I can't remember his name, but I don't want to stop the video to go get my phone because it's in the other room. Either way, him, I'm sorry, I forgot his name. You see him, the guy who likes Bev, who writes the letter to Bev, kind of really shy at first when talking to her. He can't really talk to girls. And then when they're going to save Bev, he kisses her, and that kind of like gets her out of her daze, and that sort of marks his end of childhood, start of adulthood. So yeah, 10 out of 10. I love this movie. If I had to say something negative about it, know. I mean, I guess it could have been scarier. I really don't know. I thoroughly enjoyed it. When I thoroughly enjoy movies, I find it hard to see the negative side of it because I just love it so much. If I were to see it an additional 2 more times in theaters, I would probably start finding some negatives because I did end up seeing Beauty and the Beast, the musical that came out this year, 3 times in theaters. And yeah, by the 3rd time, I remember I bought the soundtrack after seeing the first one, so I was done. Even though it's probably my favorite fairy tale and favorite Disney movie of all time is the original Beauty and the Beast. And side note, side tangent, getting on with that, and I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. I would love to do more reviews. I would love to do reviews over animes, TV shows. I recently finished watching an anime called Brothers Conflict. I would also like to do game reviews. I finished playing, well, kind of didn't really finish playing, for the most part finished playing Mystic Messenger, and I am so excited for V's route. Just I can't even begin to describe how excited I am for that. So if you would like to see reviews for that or just more reviews in general, let me know in the comments down below. And with that, make sure to like this video and subscribe, why don't you? And may the force be with you, Brainiacs, and it's Back to the Future.